What's going on? You're watching NFL Daily. On today's show, we're going to break down the top teams that could go out and get the top free agent on the market. That's Earl Thomas. So, Harrison, give me the latest on AT. Is he going to find a home?
I think he will. It's just a matter of when. I think he's going to play at some point this year because this isn't quite an Antonio Brown situation where Thomas doesn't have an 8-game suspension he's got to deal with. He can sign and play right away. Now, let's be clear, Mitch. Clearly, teams have concerns with him because he's been available for,
Obviously.
3 weeks now?
Yep.
And no one's bit. And quite frankly, I haven't heard much chatter at all in terms of teams even working him out. It's been very, very quiet. Now, it was pretty quiet with Jadeveon Clowney that all of a sudden he signed with the Titans. So
Correct.
It can happen, especially with these established players. But he's got major off-the-field concerns that comes with him.
Now, obviously, though, when you look at on the field and any time that you talk about the NFL, if you're talented, a lot of times that means you're going to be able to find a home. Now, 2019, from a stat standpoint, might not have been his best statistical season, and he's not, I think, elite Earl Thomas what he was for Legion of Boom, but he was a top 12 safety in the NFL.
And I think the bigger concern on the field from him last year is that he kind of went away from scheme at times. He just did whatever the hell he wanted, which I think he had the freedom to do in Seattle at times, but Baltimore did not view him that way. So it's going to take the right situation for him to land on his feet in 2020.
So what we want you to do right now, scroll on down in the comments section and let us know what team will have the cojones to go out and sign one Earl Thomas. So scroll on down. No surprise here on our live stream, Harrison. I got a lot of Cowboys. Somebody said the Ravens. That ain't happening. A lot of Cowboys, some Texans. Let us know where Earl Thomas is going to sign. If he does sign, we're going to make a video about it here. If you're looking for daily NFL videos, we release one just about every single 3 hours. Plus, we go live every single Monday and Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific, 100% free for the next 365 days. If you love the NFL and you love free, we're the channel for you. Go ahead, click that big red button that says subscribe. And to the people who are already subbed, if you could take the link that you see below on screen, youtube.com/chatsportstv, send it to all your friends. We would appreciate it. The first Earl Thomas destination, Dallas Cowboys. Let's get it out of the way. Talk to me about it.
Yeah, I'm really shocked here, right? Because as long as Earl Thomas is available, the Cowboys are going to be linked to him. That's just how this works. Same thing with Jamal Adams. If he ever hits free agency again, he's going to be linked to the Cowboys. That's just how things go. The reality is that the Cowboys could use him. Darian Thompson isn't very good. Now they did
There's a lot of teams that can use him.
Now Brandon Carr is now on the active 53, and I would expect he at least dips into Thompson and possibly Xavier Woods snaps at some point. But I don't know if he's really like a permanent solution there. I think he's more of a vet who they're familiar with from his time in Dallas and can give you some snaps. But the reality is on the field, Earl Thomas could help a lot. But if even the Cowboys don't want to give him a shot right now, I think that speaks a lot about where Earl Thomas is at this point in time.
Let's go to another team here in Texas, the Houston Texans. Not my best transition, that's for sure. So Houston, this one might make the most sense. This is a clear need for this defense, and everybody wants to throw out, he grew up in Orange, Texas, about 90 miles away from Houston. Would it be worth the risk for Bill O'Brien? Because I'll tell you this. When we did our NFL show on Monday, I had Bill O'Brien on my coach's hot seat. If you're worried about losing your job, maybe you go out and get a player like Earl Thomas because winning does solve a lot of issues in the NFL.
That could go either way, right?
Sure.
You take a chance on Thomas, he's a disaster, and there you go, Bill O'Brien, you're gone. I think this actually makes the most sense in terms of on the field. This secondary is bad, especially at the safety position, I think.
The Chiefs could have put up 50.
Yeah, they shut it down after about 2.5 quarters, 31 and unanswered. I just think that I actually like this fit better than Dallas, to be honest. I think that the Texans could use a player like Earl Thomas. There is some familiarity having played his college ball in Austin, Texas, grew up just 90 miles east of Houston there. I don't know how much that really matters when it comes down to these things, but at the end of the day, some familiarity there could help as well. The question is, again, Bill O'Brien, does he want to do this?
Sure.
Because does any team want to do this? Right now, the answer is no.
Right now on our live chat says, On Me Live says, ET's still a GOAT. Stop disrespecting. He is a very good player. But he's also got some off-the-field issues, and he's in a cancer locker room.
He's been a free agent for 3 weeks.
Exactly.
That speaks volumes.
So the first two teams that we talked about, the Dallas Cowboys, the Houston Texans, who's the better fit for Earl Thomas. If you think it's the Dallas Cowboys, scroll on down, type DAL. We'll give some shout-outs. Or do you think it's the Houston Texans, type HOU. I'm seeing right now in the comments, majority Dallas. Doesn't really surprise me. You're going to go, though, with the Houston Texans.
I like the Houston fit better, honestly.
Okay. So let us know, Dallas or Houston. Sean Wall says Dallas. Bilal Fasal says Dallas. And then Kevin, he's going to go with the Houston Texans. Cleveland Browns next up here on our Earl Thomas destinations. The Browns secondary got whooped by the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson. This is definitely something that they need to be able to do, because if you don't get results, I don't know, Cleveland just might burn down. And I love the bottom note that you put on here, Harrison. Grant Delpit out for the year. They drafted him to be a starting safety.
Yeah, don't forget about that. A guy they expected to be probably their starting free safety, he's not even available this year. So this could make sense, and this is a Cleveland team that's kind of gone all in here. You brought in OBJ last year. You signed Austin Hooper this year. You beefed up that offensive line. You get blown out by 32 in the season opener. Like, do you continue to add? Do you go get Earl Thomas and maybe you feel like he's a missing piece? I think they could use him, but I don't know what's going on in Cleveland, because that result shouldn't happen against anybody, but they could certainly use another player on their back end like an Earl Thomas.
It's also safe to say that you guys could use a master in these crazy times right now. Here at Chat Sports, we just want you all to do the right thing, stay safe, and I want to be able to go to football games. The easiest way to do that is just do what you're told. Go get yourself a face mask. Also, we have some masks that players are going to be wearing. It's like that single mask you see on screen. You can go ahead and get that one as well. All available at the link below, chatsports.com/staysafe. Wash your hands, wear a face mask, and also save a little bit of money in the process. That pack of 4 is only $29.99. All 32 teams, all 30 of those 2 teams have the single, double, triple, quadruple face mask. The link will be available in the comments and in the description. The Atlanta Falcons next up here on our destinations list for Earl Thomas. I think this one makes a lot of sense. Again, Dan Quinn could be fighting for his job, and I'll also throw out a name like Keanu O'Neal because he can never stay healthy.
Well, how about the fact that Dan Quinn was the DC in Seattle for 2 years during the Legion of Boone days, so you got the connection there. But the main reason here is, I don't know if you watched on Sunday, but Atlanta's secondary got torched. Now,
Russell Wilson's also pretty good.
He's great, but 31 of 35, that's no resistance. None whatsoever. I mean, you're asking rookie A.J. Terrell to be a number 1 corner. That's a bad idea.
Well, you drafted him in the first round, so you better hope he is.
You don't have good safeties. Like, this is not a good secondary, and you mentioned that Dan Quinn, he's under the gun this year, Mitch. A lot of us thought he should have been gone last year. They finished strong enough where they gave him 2020. Arthur Blank brought him back, but if they don't get it going quick, and I don't think that secondary is going to improve very much, maybe Earl Thomas is worth the risk. We kind of talked about that with Bill O'Brien. Maybe it's even more so worth it for a guy like Dan Quinn.
I see On Me Live again saying the Browns secondary not bad, but ET's looking for a contending team. So how about this question? Will the Falcons make the playoffs? Why for yes and for no? Because if you're typing in for no, maybe he won't be looking to go there. But at the same time, I kind of disagree. I think Earl Thomas is just looking to get a job at this point.
Yeah, I agree.
Why for yes and for no? Falcons making the playoffs.
I'm going to type my in for no after what I saw from that defense in week 1.
So let us know in the comments section below, is Earl Thomas, or will the Falcons make the playoffs? Next team up here is the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, obviously, the Raiders have major issues on defense, and they haven't had a top 10 defense, Harrison, since 2002. Heck, they haven't had a top 20 defense since 2010. Eric Harris, he looked absolutely terrible this past week, not a starting caliber safety. But John Gruden and Mike Mayock, will they risk it going after and get a player like AB 2.0? I mean, right now, this is the Raiders' depth chart. If you watch the game against the Carolina Panthers, they do have some solid pieces, but gave up way too many big plays. Last season, the Raiders gave up the most 40-plus yard plays, top 5 in 20. Yes, I think Earl Thomas would be a great fit. He's better than Eric Harris, but this question is going to come down, can Mike Mayock and John Gruden actually go out and get a player that is sort of like AB?
Not only can they, will they? Like, do they want to take that risk again? I mean, I'm asking you. You're the Raiders guy here at Chat Sports. Like, do you want the risk of this being AB 2.0?
If you're trying to win football games, honestly, I think the Earl Thomas move makes some sense. But there is another player out there, like an Eric Reed, who I would actually probably rather have over ET.